Jnanatimrandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chaksurmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Bandeham Shri Guru Shri Jata Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavangscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitang Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitangscha Namo Mahavaranaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratishe Nama Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam Ananda Leelamaya Vigrahaya Himavadivyachcha Visundaraya Tasmai Mahaprema Rasa Pradaya Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste. Any questions?
Yes, Maharaj. Yesterday and today we had Disappearance Day of Madhava Acharya and today Ramanuja Acharya. What shall we know in a line of thought of Mahaprabhu given in his teachings?
Srila Guru Maharaj said, important thing to extract from Ramanuja and Sri Sampradaya is the principle of Sharanagati, surrender. And he told of two, cannot make the sounds right now. Two examples illustrating two aspects of surrender. The surrender of the cat, surrender of the monkey. And for those who've been to India, they've seen that baby monkeys cling, like the underbelly of the mother, the baby monkeys hold on and the mother carries them from place to place. And then everyone's seen cats, and the mother cat picks the kitten up by the neck with her teeth and carries the kitten. So in the surrender of the monkey, we see something's required from the baby, right, to hold on. That's required from them. In the case of the cat, there's no effort on the part of the kitten, they're just carried by the mother. So we could say, by comparison, or what are we to take away from this, that there's a particular stage along the line of the principle of God helps those that help themselves. Right? Something from our side should be there. Atma samarpanam, right? Atma nivedanam, self-giving, self-offering, self-sacrifice. Right? Even in the extremes, self-oblivion is not to be equated with self-annihilation. It just means so deeply given over to the other as to not be conscious of oneself, yet the self still exists. And in the opinion of some, a deeper self is revealed. And to give credence to the surrender of the cat, you say, shouldn't at the basis of all of this be Atma samarpanam, self, giving oneself? Yes, but what of those who have wholly given themselves? They're not holding back anything. Right? Then we could say, in their case, like the cat, they're Krishna is just taking care of that level of devotee. Right. Certain types of advice are understood from different perspective according to context. So in the Ramananda Samvad, why is certain teachings that are presented in the Bhagavad Gita being told by, when Ramananda suggests some, Mahaprabhu is saying, Eho Bahya. That's external. It's Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is speaking. And because different advice is being given there. Once when I was talking to Guru Maharaj, and he was talking about Yashoda and the devotion of Yashoda. And then I, not following carefully his line of thought, I said, well, what about in the Gita, man mana bhava mad bhakto, become my devotee, think of me. He goes, we left that a long time ago. It means like that doesn't, you don't tell Yashoda, always think of me, become my devotee. That's advice being given someone who in a sense is not in that position. Right? Brahma bhuta prasanatma nasochati nakanksati samak sarveshu bhuteshu madbhakti. Now at the door, on the threshold, right? Not entered yet. So for those who have wholly given themselves, they're totally surrendered. The infinite has come down to serve the finite. Who can be entrusted with that position except someone whose interests are one? Right? There's no difference between the interests of Krishna and Yashoda in this sense, this context. Even there, we could parse that and discover some things along the way. But so, Sharanagati, was extracted from saying, this is the important thing. He credits Ramanuja with discovering Vaikuntha. Right? Like we think of the great explorers of the world. Someone, he discovered this, he discovered that. He said, Ramanuja discovered Vaikuntha. Or we might say uncovered, made it known. Generally the sequence is pratyaksha, paroksha, aparoksha. Right? Pratyaksha, direct experience. But we realize the limitations of individual experience. The limitation of our seeing, hearing, our powers of observation. Right? So what do? Google. Right? What does it mean? Combined sense experience. Realize, others have also, they're seeing, hearing, etc. So maybe hearing from them, their shared vision will improve my assessment of what is before me. So collective experience. And then what's been passed down, handed down, right? What they call, inherited wisdom. People who lived before, the ancient philosophers, thinkers, etc. Right? Paroksha, aksha means what, pratyaksha means what's directly seen. But through extension, to all of the senses, heard, felt, etc. But para-oksha means not seen by you, seen by others. That can expand your range of seeing. Right? So we also hear through narration, fiction, stories, right? And expand our perspective on what it is we're perceiving, right? Existence. But then there's another class, they say, so Pratyaksha, paroksha, aparoksha. Saying really, as Guru has been, acquired tendency, acquired prejudice, you need to be cleansed of all this experience to see things as they are. Otherwise, clouded, right, cataracted, cleansed of all that experience. Aparoksha. Right? Pratyaksha, knows each one has aksha, means eyes, seeing. Pratyaksha, individual experience, collective seeing, right? Inherited perspective. Aparoksha, remove that. And then you'll get, you'll be in a, how should we say, like a virginal, pristine position to experience. And this really is akin to Mayavad. From Ramanuja was in conflict with them. And later Madhava Acharya, who was their declared enemy and spent his lifetime defeating Mayavad and its erroneous conclusions. Ramanuja announces, Adha Aksaja. Again, there's Aksha. Adha Aksaja. That there is a plane that is beyond all sense perception. But that doesn't mean it's nothing, or there's nothing to be seen, heard, tasted, touched, felt, experienced there. Saying, and the difference is, this isn't something that through, how do you say, ascension, or that you ascend to, but rather it descends into this plane by its own will, as stated in the Upanishads. Nayamatma pravachanena labhyo namedaya na bahuna shrutena tam evaisha vinute tena labhyas tashaisha atma vivranute tanum swam. He decides to reveal himself to you. It's not through the accumulation of knowledge or expansion of mental or intellectual prowess that you can perceive this plane, or by logic or argument, but descends into this plane from now, revealing itself. So he's saying, and what is the nature of that? Adha Aksada. When it descends into this plane, all mundane sense experience is suppressed in the process. Adha, that means pushed down. Adha Aksaja. All mundane sense experience is suppressed in the presence of that, the descent of that higher plane. But we know another plane beyond that, Adhoksaja realm, Vaikuntha, as Guru Maharaj says, the southern hemisphere of the spiritual world, and the uppermost region, Aprakrita. Krishnara Jateka Kela Sarvatam Nara Lila Nara Bapu Tahara Swarup Gopa Vesh Venukar Navakishore Natabar Nara Lila Hoy Anurup. The human-like pastimes of Krishna. Right? The central conception of the infinite. Anur Aniyan Mahato Mahiyan. Smaller than the smaller, greater than the greatest. What's the central conception of the infinite? Human-like dimensions. The template for human civilization comes from Krishna Lila. Aprakrita, interesting word choice. Prakrita means mundane. Why not say, Dibya or some other word that means transcendental or divine? But it says aprakrita, because what does it mean? appears to be mundane, looks just like the mundane, but is not. Right? So in the Prapancha Leela, the infinite can move in this world appearing as if one of the finite, which is actually the points to the superiority of those pastimes and the magnanimous nature they exhibit, and that Krishna coming in this world, Mahaprabhu coming in this world and moving amongst the finite as though one of them. So Ramanuja Acharya was such a great devotee, even at an early age. Originally his guru was a Mayavadi, I think Achyuta Prakash, perhaps was his name. Yadav Prakash, thank you. And so like the disciples sometimes massaging the lotus feet of the guru, and Ramanuja's behind and massaging the back, and somehow this line came said by the guru about the lotus eyes of Vishnu, and it says Kapyasam, Kapyasan. One meaning of kapi is monkey, and asan, seat. He's saying, oh, the lotus eyes of Vishnu, the bottom of a monkey, the monkey's buttocks are a reddish pinkish color. He's saying, oh, the eyes of Vishnu, they're like a monkey's buttocks. Ha ha ha. And Ramanuja's massaging his neck, and we're told, hot tears from his eyes, so hot, falling onto the back of that so-called guru. Hot tears indicate anger. And he's saying, do you have a problem? And Ramanuja Acharya says, what this means, kapi asan, means it's talking about that which draws its nourishment from the flower that sits on the water and draws its nourishment from the water. It's a reference to a lotus flower. And it's saying, the eyes of Vishnu are as beautiful as the lotus flower. Then that guru knew who his enemy was, Ramanuja Acharya. But actually, I think mercifully he corrected him and accepted him as a disciple. Ramanuja couldn't tolerate this sort of offensive statement about the beauty of the Lord. He said, no, it means this, that his eyes are beautiful as lotus flowers. The heart of the devotee comes out. And really in the heart of the devotee is Krishna. And they are in his heart. It means core consciousness. And Ramanuja Acharya, he was to be the successor of Jamuna Acharya, but before Jamuna Acharya, he arrived on the scene when Jamuna Acharya had apparently left the world, and his fingers clenched, and Ramanuja came upon the scene and so on. He wants to say something, wants to tell something. And what is it? That there are 3 services he wants from him. And one, with the naming of each one, a finger expands and indicates the correctness of that. One, I think, Sri Bhasya, commentary on Vedanta Sutra, and Archan Padati. You know the other? Anyway, a third one. I don't recall. But anyway, some mystic transmission from the Guru to Ramanuja. And Madhava Acharya we should say, first of all, also since the time we last spoke here, the appearance of Mahavishnu avatar Advaita Acharya, before speaking of the glories of Madhava Acharya. And in the Chaitanya Charitamritam, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, in his beginning, and these 14 slokas lays the foundation, the superstructure upon which Chaitanya Charitamritam will be built. There are slokas about, well, beginning Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, but then who is Mahaprabhu? What does he come to give? Anarpita charim chirat kornavatirna kalo. Samarpayata unatodvila rasam. So Bhakti Shriyam memorises in the phrase, Radha Dasyam, what's never been given before. And the glories of Nityananda. Then Advaita Acharya. For Advaita Acharya, it says, Mahavishnur Jagat Karta, Mayaya Srijatyada, Tasyavataram Evayam, Advaita Acharya Ishvara. Advaita Acharya's day job is Mahavishnu. All right. Yashaika Nishvasita Kalamathavalambya Jivanti Loma Vilija Jagadandanata Vishnur Mahan Yasya Kalavishesho Govindamari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. How Maha is Mahavishnu? In other words, how large, how great, but also big. And like really big? Well, this will give us some size. Like if we say a universe is 1 billion by 1 billion, whatever, just plug in your metric, it doesn't matter. It's 1 billion by 1 billion. It says here, they're coming out of the pore. How small is a pore on the body? Universes come out of his pores. That's Maha. That's Mahavishnu. So like the hair, the universes come out, and there's a Brahma in each one. And when does he do this? During Yoga Nidra. Like he's in yogic sleep, eyes half closed, exhaling, all these universes are coming out. His glands personifies the Shambhu, his peripheral glands toward Maya. Maya ya Srijat Yada. And that Advaita Acharya, that Mahavishnu appears as Advaita Acharya. And also you can see the connection with Shiva, Sada Shiva described as sometimes as well. Look, Krishna has nothing to do. He doesn't do anything. Someone pointed out, they said, all these other gods, they went over and they go, they're doing this, they're doing that, Durgadeva's got 10 arms, and they're always doing it. But Krishna, he has nothing to do. He's not doing anything. He's playing on the flute. Right? That he does. Apparently a lot. Right? A lot of flute playing. Because he got a lot of time on his hands. Because he's not doing anything. Just playing the flute. Then the gopis come, having pastimes with the gopis, play the flute, the cows, the flute is actually important. And then Gurudev said once in Italy that he said, like, as Guru Maharaj said, from the flute, everyone gets their service. They understand what they should do. So you're like, how is that? And he said, like in the factory, when they, and this is, like a 20th century example, right? They would blow the whistle, and then everyone knows where to go, right? That all the workers are waiting, then they go, doo, and then they're all running this way, going that way, here or there. Everyone knows what to do as soon as they hear that sound. So when they hear the sound of Krishna's flute, which sounds better than what I just did, everyone knows what to do, where to go, what sort of service to do. Right? So, and what I mean by, in a teasing way, saying Krishna has nothing to do, he's not doing anything, is because Krishna is, the first other than Krishna is Balaram, who's doing everything. Ekala Ishvara Krishna Arsabritya. Really, Ishvara Parama Krishna, Sachirananda Vigraha, Anadir Adir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. Who's not doing anything is the cause of everything that's happening. That we have to understand. He's not doing anything, playing the flute and having pastimes with the devotees. That's what I mean. But who's not doing any is the cause of everything, the cause of all, sarva karana karanam. And the first other than Krishna is Balaram, Nityananda. And he's doing everything. And his expansions, quadruple, Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, second quadruple. Guess who? Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. And it's not redundant. Then from there, Purusha avatars. Mahavishnu, Garbhadakshaya Vishnu, Kiradakshaya Vishnu. So of course Advaita Acharya is very fond of Nityananda, as are all the devotees. If you don't have appreciation for Nityananda or Balaram, then you're not in the vicinity of Krishna consciousness. And, just to show how dear Advaita Acharya is to Mahaprabhu, he once asked Srivas Thakur, said, "What do you think of my Advaita?" And Srivas said, I'm thinking, Sukadev, Prahlad. And Guru Maharaj said, Mahaprabhu became enraged. He goes, they're kids. They're primary students. They're a couple of boys. You dare compare them to my Advaita? So then one thing it tells us, there's a realm where Sukadev Goswami and Prahlad Maharaj are primary students. Apparently so. Where Sukadev and Prahlad are primary students. With, we take the dust from their holy lotus feet, but just to understand Gaur Leela, Raso Varjam Rasopyasya Param Drishtva Nivartate. Now, Guru Maharaj said, there's one song that said that, we hear about, Vishnu, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. A Bengali song that says, they've all gone mad. They descended the Navadvip and they're all puggle. They've gone crazy. With Nam Sankirtan. So Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva have all lost their minds in Gaura Leela. And what does that mean? Brahma, in this context, Haridas Thakur. Vishnu, Mahavishnu, the Bhakta Avatar. Bhakta Avatar and Bhakta Avatar. Advaita Acharya. They're Nityananda. And, what was I saying? Oh, and Sadashiva, meaning Advaita Acharya. Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Nityananda, Haridas Thakur, and Advaita Acharya. They're all mad. Nimai Pandit made them all puggle. So, and that Advaita Acharya, he's the one, during this time, this very time, devised the scheme to after Nimai Pandit took sannyas and became Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he's wandering like a child in deep divine ecstasy, Kahan Krishna, Prananath Murali Badan, Kahan Karun, Kahan Pan, Brajendra Nandan, searching madly for Krishna, trying to go to Vrindavan. That was his idea. After he took sannyas, go to Vrindavan. Madly, immediately answering the flute song of Krishna, running to Vrindavan. But it can be interpreted in different ways, because he's going almost hither and thither, circular. One is being said, by the pull of the hearts of the devotees, he cannot leave its gravitational pull of the love and affection of the hearts of his devotees. So he's circling. But it's also to show this direction, that direction. Gaura Leela is the magnanimous distribution of Krishna Leela. Krishna Leela Amrita Sar Tar Shata Shata Dar Das Diki Jahava Hoy Te Se Chaitanya Leela Hoy Sarovar Akshoy Manasa Hangsa Charaha Tahate. What is otherwise the impossible of impossible attainments, entrance into Krishna Leela, reserved for the highest section of liberated souls, inaccessible, right? Is being, Gaura Leela is flooding, a flood of Krishna Leela distribution. Right? Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur, Banchitos me, Banchitos me, Banchitos me, Nasangshaya. Said, I've been cheated, I've been cheated, I've been cheated. Of this there is no doubt. Vishwa Gaura Rase Magnam Sparshopi Mamanabhavat. Mahaprabhu mercifully flooded the universe. Gaur Rasa, Gaur Prem, Krishna Prem. And I wasn't touched by a drop. That is my misfortune. Of course, as a footnote, Srila Guru Maharaj said, we can't accept that from Astasaki Tunga Vidya, Prabodhananda Saraswati. What it's telling us is his appetite is so great that a flood, he's speaking about drop such devotees. But, so his, really, it's on the path to non-stop Radha Bhav, plunged in the depths of Radha Bhav, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, for the last 12 years of his manifest pastimes. He's distributing what's never been given before, Radha Dasyam, that level. What he sees to be the most valuable gift. Right? Mahabhav Swarupini Radha Thakurani. What's in the heart of Radharani, that type of prem has maddened him, and he wants everyone to come in connection with that. So, he's running like that, and fasting, and sometimes with the devotees, sometimes not. And Advaita Acharya and Nityananda devise a plan. Nityananda appearing as a sannyasi. There are some cowherd boys. Mahaprabhu's wandering, and when he sees these cowherd boys, and they've been prompted by Nityananda to indicate where is Vrindavan. So when Mahaprabhu sees the cowherd boys, he's saying, Haribo, Haribo, and they're going, Haribo, Haribo, and oh, I'm in Vrindavan, where everyone says, Haribo. And they're cowherd boys saying Haribo, so this must be Vrindavan. And where is it? Where's Jamuna? Just over there. Oh, Jamuna, Chidananda Bano, Jagat Premadatri, the river of Prem. And he's jumping in the Jamuna, so happy to have reached Vrindavan. And then he sees, he was told to go in that direction by the Sripad, Nityananda. Right? And when he's bathing in the Jamuna, and he looks on the banks, and he sees there is Advaita Acharya waiting with dry cloth. And he says to Advaita, how did you know I was in Vrindavan? And Advaita says, oh, you're kidding. Wherever you are is Vrindavan. And then he realizes the sannyasi, oh, it's Nityananda, it's Advaita, this is the Ganga, it's not the Jamuna. And they say, well, technically, Nitai, he didn't lie. Because we're told, what is it, north, I always get confused, west. Right, how's it go? North, east is Bengal, west is Delhi, right? Correct? Yeah. I'm directionally dyslexic. The western side of the Ganga can be considered Jamuna. And then Mahaprabhu, all right. And Advaita, so many days fasting, you must come to my house. One day, my wife, she cooked a few things. Sita Thakurani. You can imagine what she cooked. He's saying she made a few things, you could just break your fast. And of course, Mahaprabhu and Nityananda, they go to the house of Advaita Acharya in Santipur, and Advaita is so happy. And feeding Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. And after the prasadam, they start having kirtan. And and this we have to think about. And during this kirtan, Advaita Acharya is singing, Mukunda is singing. We're told elsewhere in the Chaitanya Charitamritam that behind closed doors in the Gangbir, in the company of Swarup Damodar and Ramananda, Mahaprabhu would hear Gita Govinda, Krishna Karnamritam, Jagannath Balavan Natak, right? The songs of Chandidas and Vidyapati. And we're told this is the inner purpose for his descent, is to relish the position of Srimati Radharani. It's the internal reason. externally through Nam Sankirtan to distribute Krishna Prem to everyone, to bring them in connection, but he has an internal reason, a private life, and that is to plunge the depths of Radha Bhav. And this is, how does he do that? Reciting personally, singing, or from Swarup Damodar, Ramananda, the songs of Chandidas, Vidyapati, Jagannath Ballabha Natak of Ramananda, Gita Govinda of Jayadev, and Krishna Karnamritam of Bilva Mangal Thakur. But we're not told any of those Chandidas songs in Charitamritam. That tells you something. So you're told, this is what he's doing, but it requires some qualification. So they're not given. But interestingly, this line from a Vidyapati song is given when Advaita Acharya is singing to Mahaprabhu in Shantipur. So when we think that what was going on in Srivasangam, what's going on here, understand, under the guidance of our Guru Varga, we're engaged in Nam Sankirtan, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, songs of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Narottam Thakur, primarily. But what I mean to say is, this kind of kirtan that they're having is inconceivable. What's coming out of their hearts. So Advaita Acharya, he starts singing this line from Vidyapati, where singing how happy she is that Madhava, Krishna, today he's come to my house. It means in Mathura Biraha, or Krishna, when in separation, now Krishna's returned. We hear of the type of separation the gopis experience from Krishna in Gopi Gita. Atati yad bhavan anikananam trutirugayate tamapashyatam kuntila kuntilam srimukam jate yada udikshasham pakshmakridrasham. They're cursing Brahma, the creator, for making eyes that blink. Because for that moment, they can't see Krishna. How intense is that? They're cursing the Creator for making eyes that blink. Okay. So, Rasa Lila, Brahma Ratri, a night of Brahma, Sahasra Yuga Parjantam Ahoryad Brahmano Vidu, means 1,000 yuga cycles, 4,300,000,000 years times 1,000, 4,300,000,000 years is the night of Brahma. That's the duration of the Rasa Lila, right? That dance, divine play, dance of Radha and Krishna and the Braja Gopis. And what do they say? Like, it was like the blink of an eye. They're left 4,300,000,000 years. It's like the blink of an eye. Now we're lamenting. Where is Krishna? Look at the sort of intensity of their hearts, the magnitude of intensity in their hearts expressed, indicated by these things. So they're saying that 4,300,000,000 years, like the blink of an eye, that was in union. So Gurudev quote, it's actually in Religion of the Heart, one of the songs of Chandidas, about Shyamanam, where Srila Govinda Maharaj, Srila Gurudev said, no amount of union will ever satisfy the devotee. They're always left hankering for more. Right? So, Brahma Ratri, a night of Brahma, was like the blink of an eye. That's in union. What could be more intense than that? separation. And separation, the blink of an eye, is like a day of Brahma to them. It's inconceivable to us. So when he sings in the song, saying, now today is my lucky day, Madhava's in my house. It says mandire. Mandir can mean, we call it the temple, means a house. It can also mean heart. It can mean all those things. So he's saying, now he's in with me again. And then Advaita, he keeps saying, he's saying, you tried to, deceive me. Imagine, he's singing, they're singing and dancing, and his song is that, you tried to hide yourself from me, and I know you're the Chana avatar, right, hidden. And you tried to hide yourself from me and keep yourself, but now you can't escape. You're in my house. You're in Advaita's house today. I've got you. And he's singing and dancing, and Mahaprabhu is happy. But he knows, look, if we can know this through hint or indication that it is originally coming from Radharani, what is that going to remind Mahaprabhu, who's come for that very reason? He's no longer going to do as he did previously. Now it's Bhaktabhav evolving towards Radhabhav. Sometimes before, he's showing his divinity. He's playing in different ways for divine reasons. But once this is activated, there won't be any more of that. And he's come, really descended for this very purpose, and now Advaita is singing that and showing how it applies in this case, but it's also reminiscent of some deeply felt emotions that he's now experiencing, what was previously terra incognita, an unknown, unexplored terrain, the heart of Srimati Radharani. He's now fully endowed with, and this is awakening those sentiments so that Mahaprabhu, body, divine form, is being inundated with waves of various ecstasies, some in conflict with one another. The intensity of these emotions make him fall to the ground in ecstasy, like Ganga streams of tears pouring out of his eyes, his hair standing on him, his body trembling. And then Mukunda singing, and Advaita and Nityananda, they're attending to Mahaprabhu. We're saying sometimes in these periods, sometimes for 6 hours, an ecstatic trance, 3 hours incessantly laughing, appearing as though lifeless, lost in that realm of divine love and affection. And Mukunda singing songs that reflect the search for Sri Krishna. And it's awakening Mahaprabhu to find Krishna, to search for Krishna with Radharani-like intensity. And Advaita and Nityananda, they're holding him. His body is staggering under the influence of the most intense sort of Krishna prem. And it's that Advaita Acharya, Tulosidala Matrena Jalasya Chulakinaba, with the palm of Ganga Jal and Tulsi leaves, calling to Krishna to descend in this world and save all the fallen souls. Because sometimes I mean, almost jokingly say, I was lying, on Sheshai in the ocean of milk. When I heard Advaita calling. Because that's the way avatars descend. But it was a ploy. The time of the Yuga avatar had come, but he's overwhelmed internally at the prospect of exploring the terrain of the heart of Srimati Radharani, experiencing Mahabhav. So he combined these two things. And that's why Rupa Goswami, Anarpita Charim Chira, is saying, this has never happened before. We could say, once in a day of Brahma, therefore not happened before. Once in a day of Brahma, Swayam Bhagavan Krishna appears. Once in a day of Brahma, Avatar Sar, Gaur Avatar, Gauranga Mahaprabhu appears, enveloped by the heart and halo of Srimati Radharani, and distributing what he thinks to be the most valuable thing, which is what? Not only Krishna Prem, but her type. She's the Mahabhav Swarupini, bringing people in connection with Radha Dasyam, where out of her gratitude she rewards her servitors with a taste of that divine substance. With regards, Guru Maharaj said that once you've had a taste, it's beyond the constitutional capacity of a jiva soul to experience. Yet, out of her mercy, Srimati Radharani in gratitude gives a taste to her friends, assistants, and their assistants. And Guru Maharaj said, once you've had a taste of that divine substance, not only all other tastes, but all other rasas become tasteless. Guru Maharaj cannot conceal his position, his bias, his allegiance. And Madhava Acharya, the great devotee, and Ram Leela, he's Hanuman, and Gaur Leela, he's Murari Gupta, as Acharya Leela, as Madhava Acharya, devastating the Mayavadins. But one thing I like very much that Guru Maharaj said about Madhava Acharya is he's talking about language and context. Like any language, some word means something locally, right, in local context. He's saying that's like a horse that's bridled and there are reins. Right? So when the horse, you can make it go, you tell it, you go this way, go that way. He's saying, so the local context of any language, local context gives meaning. He said, but a horse, if you take off the bridle and the reins, it will run according to its own desire and necessity. He said, so if you remove the local context of any word, it will run to Krishna conception. And we see the great Acharya, they can teach language through Krishna Nam, like Harinam Amrita Vyakaran. But this is saying any word, release the relative context, it will run to the absolute, the sweet absolute, Krishna. So, in Gaur Leela, Madhava Acharya Hanuman is Murari Gupta, who's a Vaidya, a doctor. And we're told Mahaprabhu was showing affection for him the way Ramachandra shows affection for Hanuman. And we have, Hanuman is like the asraya vigraha of dasya rasa. Everyone worships Hanuman for his unbreakable allegiance and exclusive devotion to the lotus feet of Ramachandra. Okay. In Gaura Leela, once Mahaprabhu himself is trying to get Murari Gupta to switch his allegiance to Krishna. Really wants to shine a spotlight on the fidelity of Murari Gupta, of Hanuman, Madhva. But so it's Mahaprabhu himself trying to switch him. And we're told that after he makes the case, and Murari Gupta is appreciating, that he goes home and he thinks, I have to face him tomorrow. Let me know what you think tomorrow. He's saying, he said, it will be better if I die before sunrise. I can't withdraw the lotus feet of Ramachandra from the inner core of my heart. It's impossible. So it would just be better if I die before the sun rises. And when he goes to approach Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu will say, so, Murari said, I can't withdraw the lotus feet of Ramachandra from within my heart. And Mahaprabhu, like, and he writes on his forehead, Ramdas. Like, you're incorrigible, but in the best possible way. So the gopis, everyone worships Hanuman for that type of fidelity. And so we're told, in Gaura Leela, Mahaprabhu's behaving, he's Avatar Sar. So Ramachandra is there, everyone is there. So he can really, you can see the infinite possibility of the pastimes. Murari Gupta, he can be seeing his Lord in there, really, truly, because he is Avatar Sar Gaura Avatar. So Mahaprabhu is reciprocating, like Ramachandra with Hanuman. But one day, and this is as Nimai Pandit, he goes to visit the house of Murari Gupta, and like knocks on the door, he opens the door, and he's saying, there is the Varaha avatar. Right? Otherwise, sometimes known, the boar incarnation. And he's like, aren't you going to invite me in? He's like, goes in the house, and there's an altar, and there's some water pot on the side. And remember, Varaha's pastime is to lift the earth with his tusk. He's a boar. And it's in Punyo Gandak Prativyam Cha in Gita. I'm the original fragrance of the earth. How does Varahadev find the earth? Through smell, right? So we know they use the pigs in Italy to find the truffles, right? Because they have a heightened sense of smell. So although he's omniscient and knows everything, the way, and the earth has been plunged into nether regions of the universe by Hiranyaksha, Varaha uses the smell to locate, right? And with his tusks, lifts the earth and puts her in her rightful position. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya chaduskritam dharma sangstapanartaya sambhavami juge. I appear repeatedly for this purpose. So, and in Krishna Lila, Kubja, who is Bhu Shakti. She's a hunchback. The earth, due to the burden of so many demons. So she is hunchbacked. And what does Krishna do? Step on her feet with his lotus feet and like the straighten out, and everyone goes, "Oh my God, she's so beautiful." But anyway, so he, with his teeth, he's showing Varaha, four-hoofed form, and taking the water pot as a representation of the earth, liberating the earth, restoring her to her pristine position. And this is all astonishing to behold by Murari Gupta. He's stunned, and Nimai Pandit said, "Murari, Stuti, offer some prayers. Where are your manners?" He's like, "Ah." And what does Murari Gupta say? He said, "Only you can glorify you." That's how he begins. He's saying, it is not in my capacity to offer any glorification really or substantially. Actually, only you can glorify yourself. And it's like those words in relative context. Released of the relative context, they'll run towards the sweet absolute. To serve him. He's saying, only you can properly glorify yourself. And look, in your expansion, Ananta Shesh, with his thousands of heads and hoods, and on them we're told, and we'll hear more later this week, and those universes, they're like, mustard seeds. We've seen, the cooks know how tiny are mustard seeds. On the heads of Ananta Shesh, who looks cobra-like, you see little white specks. They're universes. He's unaware of them. Universes like little mustard seeds on the head of, and with those mouths, and say, where do you put the valuable jewels? With an entrusted friend. Where are they? And the glories of the Lord are in the mouths of Ananta Shesh, like gems, so many Chintamani gems. And he admits that he is unable to adequately, properly glorify you. And he's been doing so since time immemorial. So what can a fallen soul like me say? But that is the prayer, and how beautiful it is. His expressing his inability to offer appropriate glorification is his prayer. That is the suitable glorification. And Murari Gupta, he later writes a biography from his perspective on the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hare Krishna. Varaha Dev. Also, the Varaha Dwadashi is coming. And just prior, we see there's an arc toward the appearance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, particularly from the appearance of Mahavishnu, Avatar Advaita Acharya, to Nityananda Prabhu, and then very importantly, the disappearance of Madhavendra Puri on his disappearance bed from his heart, echoing the sentiments of the heart of Srimati Radharani, laying the foundation for what will be expressed by Mahaprabhu. The same, Ai Dina Dayadranatha sloka, plunging the depths of separation, and then the appearance of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Hari Harai Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha.
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 Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha.
Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha.
Gopal Govinda Ram Sri Madhusudan.
Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan.
Giridhari Gopinath Madana Mohan.
Giridhari Gopinath Madana Mohan.
Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Chandra.
Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Chandra.
Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jai Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath.
Jai Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath.
Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunath.
Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunath.
Echai Gochai Kori Charana Bandhan.
Echai Gosai Kuri Charana Vanda.
Jaha Hoite Vignash Abhishta Puran.
Jaha Hoite Vignash Abhishta Puran.
Echai Gochai Dharmui Tarodhan.
Echai Gosai Dharmuni Tanada.
Kansabada Pada Renu Mora Panchagram.
Dansavada Padarenu Mora Panchagram.
Kandera Charana Sevi Bhakta Sanevan.
Dandera Charana Sevi Bhakta Saneva.
Janame Janame Mori Abhilan.
Janame Janame More Abhilan.
Echai Gochai Jabe Braje Koilovan.
Echai Gosai Jabe Kolaba.
Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Korilo Prasad.
Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Gorila Bhakta.
Anande Boro Hari Bhaja Vrindavan.
Anande Bolo Hari Bhaja Vrindavan.
Shri Guru Vaishnava Pade Bhajayama.
Shri Guru Vaishnava Pade Bhajayama.
Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Koriyan.
Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Koriya.
Hari Nam Sankirtan Kohe Narottamadan.
Hari Nam Sankirtan Kohe Narottamadan.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jai Gaur Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Gaur Hari Bo.
Jai Gora Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Gora Hari Bo.
Jai Gaur Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Gaur Hari Bo.
Jai Gora Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Gora Hari Bo.
Go Premanande. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivraja Acharya. Asatara Satashri Srimad Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Bhakti Rakshvidhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki jai. Jai Saparikar Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharva Govinda Sundar Jiu ki jai. Shri Giriraj Govardhan ki jai. Sri Rupanuga Guru Varga ki jai. Sri Advaita Acharya ki jai. Sri Madhava Acharya ki jai. Sri Ramanuja Acharya ki jai. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan ki jai. Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Navadip Dham ki jai. Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat ki jai. Sri Gupta Govardhan ki jai. Ganga Devi Jamuna Devi Bhakti Devi Tulsi Devi ki jai. Om Vishnupad Vishvavarenya Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Madhacharya Vrinda ki jai. Jai Sri Bhakti Vimalavadut Maharaj ki jai. Jai Sri Bhakti Lalita Devi Dasi ki jai. Radharaman Prabhu ki jai. Nakshi Didi ki jai. Seva Vrinda ki jai. Samaveda Bhakti Vrinda ki jai. Nitai Go Premanande.
Bhakti Sudhir Goswami Maharaj ki jai.
Krishna.
And Dandavas Maharaj. From Krishna Kanti Didi, America. Tapanandini Didi, Rangadevi Didi, Jai Govinda Prabhu, Madhu Gopal Prabhu, Bhanavi Didi, Italy, Priya Darshini Didi, Rotim Prabhu, Moscow, Rasrani Didi, Rasarshni.
Raseshwari?
No, it is Rasarshni Didi.
Okay.
Rupa Vilas Prabhu, Philippines, Hari Vallabha Didi, Vijay Krishna Prabhu, London, and Sahadevi Didi.
Vaishnavi Namo Namaha.